actually has season tickets for high school football that are sold out years in advance. That is the only game in town when you talk about we talk about the town of Newton there. But they take it very seriously down there. But that's a smaller town in a bigger conference.
Yep.
But, you watch some of the competition there. I went to quite a few games when I was in Newton. It's good football. I come here and I watch the competition in the Mississippi Valley. I played in the Big Eight back when Mason City, Fort Dodge, Ames, and all the Waterloo schools.
You're dating yourself
I'm dating myself, exactly. Those were the bigger schools in the state at that time, bunched up in the Central now. But, you've got a division due to conferences going out and things like that. And those schools that were in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area and Cedar Rapids have now come together in this area, brought the Dubuque schools in there. And I think they've formed, quote unquote, a super conference here with this Mississippi Valley. You put team speed, overall team speed of the conferences. I'm going to put this, you always talk.
City High in their red jersey tops with the white lettering and numerals, the silver trousers with the red and black stripe down the sides. For Linn Mar, the white jersey tops with the burnt orange lettering and numerals with the black trim, the black jersey bottoms, and the orange stripes down the side. And it looks like we will have a different kicker than we were originally told on our depth chart. Jake Dodd, number 14, a 6-foot, 160-pound senior, set to put a foot into it. He'll be kicking from left to right on your radio dial. It's teed up, standing deep. Phil Kenny for City High. He'll come under it, or will he? We'll wait and see. Number 32, Dorian Davis, up to the 20, the 25, squirts out of a tackle and backpedals his way out to the 27-yard line. And decent field position for City High to start off this evening's ball game.
And that's textbook way that you field a kick right there. Dorian Davis said, I'm going to take this ball. Phil Kenny immediately went up and he joined that first wall before him. Davis let that wall get set up at the 15-yard line and just went up from there. And that is a good job not outrunning your blockers that are ahead of you.
DP Iman, they'll come up to the line of scrimmage out of the eye. Kenny gets the call left side, squirts into the secondary, the 30, the 35, out to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up plenty for the first down, give him a gain of about 12 on the play. That will move the chains, and a very good omen for City High on the first snap of the football.
And Alex Burke and Ryan Duffy just made a hole you could drive a Mack truck through there. It was just huge.
Out of the I formation again. Davis will line up at the fullback. Kenny will dot it. Strong side to the left. Kenny gets the call straight up the gut into the secondary again. The 40, the 45, across midfield, across the 45, and dropped at the Linn Mar 44.
You wonder if Coach Saber saw something on film with a matchup with that left side of the offense against Zach Pearson. But again, they're going up against Andy Kempel right there too. So, they're going over their bread and butter for Linn Mar.
16 on the play. The Little Hawks have gained almost 30 yards in the first two snaps of this evening's football. Out of the eye, Kenny gets the call right side, off of tackle, lowers the shoulder, bowls forward, down to about the 40-yard line. He'll pick him up about a gain of 3.
Linn Mar right now pretty much in the base defense, not doing a whole lot of moving around right now, feeling a little bit out of the City High offense, seeing what they're going to do. Curious to see if they start stunning here and bring in some linebackers.
DP Iman getting the signal from the City High sideline. Still looking over. Now he'll trot up underneath center. Still looking over. And he's going to call a timeout. I'm not sure if he was confused as to what City High was sending in or if he saw something he didn't like defensively. But he'll go over and chat things over with Coach Sabers.
Came out with a 4-3 look, too.
And the Red Sox have Orlando. Six. They're run blitzing, it looks like. The city's picking it up pretty good.
Back at Bates Field on the east side of Iowa City. Phil Kenny gets the call again. Good for 6 yards off of left guard and tackle. He's been the workhorse. A matter of fact, the only Little Hawk to touch the football so far on their first drive. They're looking at 3rd down and 1 from the Lion 35. After having taken the drive at their own 27, Kenny gets the call again, straight up the gut, lowers the shoulder, and I tell you what, Mark, this is not a good sign for Linn Mar. He's 2-3 yards into the secondary before the first defender is able to lay some pads on him.
And he's getting ahead of steam, and when he gets his shoulder square, you know, this is a kid that loves physical contact, and he's going straight ahead. And they're running right now to the strength of that Linn Mar defensive line, which would be the left side of the offensive line, the right side of the defensive line.
Give him a gain of 6 on the play as DP Iman checks his wristband. This no-huddle offense continuing to work well. 1st and 10 from the Linn Mar 29. Man in motion near to far side, and we've got flags before the snap of the football. And it looks like we may have either a legal procedure or a false start against City High.
Yep, got the false start there.
False start, and City High, with a rare error, will back themselves up 5 yards.
You know, we were talking about this just at the break there. You know, leave it to Coach Sabers to change things up a little bit when it comes to a big game. Last year, the City West game, we see him throw in the 5-receiver set. This game, he's changing, going. He's still doing the no huddle, but he's not going to the shotgun. He's not going with 4 receivers and things like that. He's going to an I formation. So changes things up just when he has to.
Kenny gets the call right side, cuts back. He's hitting the backfield as Linn Mar sells out with the blitz. Number 40, Rick Mooseberry, the strong side linebacker, came almost untouched up the A-gap, forced him to change his direction, but he couldn't get out of his grasp. And Linn Mar gambles and guesses correctly as they throw him for a loss of 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they forced him out or was a counter or what, but Kenny just lost his feet, and just once he had that slip going down there, the defense, like you mentioned, coming on a run blitz, and he was stuck.
Now we'll go to a single back set. Davis will be the slot man to the left. Ben Davis wide to the near side. Looks like Jen to the far side. Iman, quick hitter as he tries to find Bohm in the flat, and he drops the football as he's hit hard. Looks like number 21. Seth Vogel, the free safety, came up and hit him just as he got the football into his breadbasket, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 16. The ball resting at the Lion 36.
And I think that was just designed to go to one player in particular there, because I don't think he looked at Brent Jen. He was about another 7 yards down the field, and he was wide open on the right side.
Well, now they'll empty the backfield. All on Steve Spurrier and the Florida Gators. 5 wides. Iman out of the shotgun. Surveying the defense. 2 steps, quick hitter into the flat, and it's off of Davis's shoulder pads. Coming up again was Mooseberry. And Mooseberry didn't miss by much. He gambled, stepped in front of it, maybe got a piece of it. If he catches more of it, he may be going the other way.
And these last 2 plays are just strictly timing plays. I mean, they're just designed to throw it right now. You're supposed to look at a certain time, turn around and grab the football, and just both of them just like a half a click off.
So after moving almost at will in the first 5 snaps of the football, the drive stalls for City High. Blair Harris standing deep to receive the punt off of DP Iman. He tries the coffin corner, and we'll see where they spot it. The sideline judge coming inside the 5, down to almost the 1-yard line. Where's he marking it off at here? Now he's coming forward about the 4-yard line, it looks like, and an excellent punt by DP Iman.
And kicks it out of bounds and makes sure you don't have that return. So, I mean, are they marking? Well, actually, it's
going to mark it.
Where's Jason Dumont at, Mark?
It's a 9. 10-yard line, exactly. Jason Dumont would absolutely love that kick right there. You take the return possibilities out of it. Then you just give your defense a whole lot of cushion right here.
1st and 10 from their own 10. Their backs within the shadow of their own goalposts. We'll see the Lion offense for the first time this evening. Blake Zundell will bring him up to the line of scrimmage. The only man behind him, Bo Evans, their big, powerful fullback. Long count. Evans gets the ball straight up the gut. He's into the secondary, takes a shot, but not before he's out to the 20-yard line, and a gain of 10. Ryan Alberhaskey there to finally put the wraps on him. 5'8", 145, meeting 5'9", 175. He'll be close to a 1st down.
Interesting watching the line block there. Their center and their left guard just did a little cross block there, got in front of each other and just took the man on front of each other. And doing that, the defense came in, just got stuck when they're coming in, created the big hole.
Yep, nothing fancy about that play, just good execution. Give him a gain of 9 on 2nd and 1. Evans gets the call, left tackle, bowls his way across the 25, out close to the 26-27. That'll be enough to move the chains. 1st down Lions.
And the running game right now is what it looks like Linn Mar is going to be going to, but I'm a little curious. The first time they brought that person in motion, they may bring it a little a little reverse action possibly with the guy coming in motion the other way. So I'm curious to see the different offensive sets that Linn Mar is going to bring out here tonight, especially with 5 people that will touch the ball in the backfield and throwing the football. So it should be curious here of what they're going to do.
A gain of 7 makes it 1st and 10 from their own 26. Zundel sends a man in motion. On play action, no, check it. It will be Evans as he cuts it back against the grain, tries to come to the near side. He's out across the 30. Finally brought down at about the 33, 34. I believe it was Sean Hosini, the middle linebacker there, amongst a trio of Little Hawks to help put him to the turf.
It seems like the line for Linn Mar is doing something different each time in the direction that they're going. If they're going over that hole, it seems like that lineman's doing a zoom block, taking the legs out of the defender, and everybody else is going man on man straight up.
They're crossing him up. A gain of 7 makes it 2nd and 3. Zundel with a long count. Handoff again. Evans left side. Hit at the line of scrimmage, keeping those legs pumping, but not much, if anything, there. Nice job by Nico Botembe, number 50, to hit him and slow him down, waiting for the rest of the troops to arrive. Still, though, he got enough. Give him a gain of 3. That's all he needed. Second first down of this series for Linn Mar.
I thought they stopped him there, and Botembe.
I did too.
You know, I watching this kid progress through this year is doing a much better job playing side to side than going just a bull rush on everything.
Well, we'll see if Linn Mar maybe gets a little bit more aggressive with those linebackers. 1st and 10 from the 37. Zundel on play action, dropping back, has time, fires a rocket across the middle. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver. Looked like number 8, Brett Hartle. Ben Evans was there on the coverage, as was Alex Smith. Boy, I tell you what, though, Blake Zundel threw a tree topper.
He threw a tree topper, exactly, and he had time to do it, too. The line gave him some time there. I was watching him throw in warm-ups, and he was playing catcher. He was catching the ball back with one hand, his throwing hand. Tells me he's got some big hands, and you look at how he threw that football there. He definitely had command of that ball.
Make it 2nd down and 10 from the 37. City High showing blitz. Now they move a tackle over. The handoff will go to Evans, and they stack him up in the backfield and drop him for a loss at the 35. Big Alex Berg, all 6'2", 238 pounds of him, along with the extra linebacker Ian Shutt, 5'10", 160. They met at the running back, and they'll toss him for a 2-yard loss.
And this is what they did last week against West High. When they brought their linebackers, i.e. Dorian Davis last week, they stopped the run very effectively. And they're going to have to take a look at doing that again tonight here to shut down this running game of
Hosini came up and gave a big swat on the rear end to Berg and had him move over. Nice defensive call. It's 3rd down and 12 from their own 35. Zundel with a straight drop, looking far side, fires out in the flat. It is complete. He hits his man, number 22, Matt Greer. Coming up, nice one-on-one tackle being made by Phil Kenny, the corner, and it looks like he's going to be just shy of the 1st down marker.
Greer just ran a nice route there, just settled in an open area between 3 people in the flat out there. Well thrown ball by Zundel, hit him right in stride there. Just a well-run play by Linn Mar.
He's a yard shy. They needed 12, and it looks like he only got about 11. And now Linn Mar with a decision to make. They're not bringing the punt team on here. Zundel looking over at the sideline with the ball resting out close to midfield. The Lions appear to look like they're going to go for it on 4th and less than a yard.
Their offensive line has been doing a very good job on this drive. You got a quarterback who's 6'4", 205. You fall forward to get that yard. So you may just get the play where the quarterback just gives the old thumb to the center, hike me the ball now, and just fall forward.
And Bob Reed's been doing some politicking on the far sideline, and the chain gang's now coming out to take a measurement.
And when you're this close, the spot is just so critical. You know, where was that ball put down?
Yep, he's going to be just short. Tell you what, though, and I don't know how many opportunities you've had to talk to or do interviews with Bob Reed, but one of the more interesting, one of the more cordial, and one of the more football knowledgeable coaches you're going to find in the Mississippi Valley. Just a great guy.
Which is testament to why his program is up and coming the way it is.
And I tell you what, he's making a statement to his team right now. They will come out and go for it on 4th down and 1 from the 47. Triple house backfield. Zundel barking out the signals, going to a hard count. It's a quarterback keeper as he leans forward under his big center, Jake Long, 5'11", 220, and it looks like he's got enough forward momentum, and he does. They'll spot it. They'll say move the chains, 1st down Lions.
And the surge that this offensive line for Linn Mar is getting has been tremendous. We haven't seen City High get knocked back like this for a while. They're going to have to do something to try and neutralize that force here of this offensive line.
Give him a gain of 2. It's 1st and 10. The ball out at the 48-yard line. Zundel Long count. They'll send a man in motion. Handoff will go to Evans up the middle. Hit once, hit twice, keeping those legs pumping. He's across midfield. Sean Hosini and Alex Berg there to wrap him up, but not before a good second and even third effort will pick him up a couple yards.
I watched Alex Berg specifically that play. He did a nice job of shedding his blocker there, keeping an eye on the ball carrier the whole time. He didn't get fooled with that short handoff and did a nice play stepping up and filling the gap there for the defense.
2nd and 8, 5:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Each team has had the ball once. After 9 plays, City High had to punt. This will be the 11th play of this drive for Linn Mar. Handoff straight up the gut. Evans hit right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. Nice job, though, by big number 66, Josh Keppel. It looks like they stunned him. He came up the middle, hit him, but again, Evans, with those powerful tree stumps for legs, manages to fall forward for a gain of 1.
He fell forward for a gain of 1, but tell me how well that play was run. And the rest of the players were running the fake, continuing that fake, going out to the left side, and took half of the City High defense with him as well. A very well executed offensive play by Linn Mar.
Another big third down here. Make it 3rd and 7. The ball resting at the City High 48. Slot and wide receivers to the near side. They'll send a man in motion. Zundel on play action, dropping back, getting pressured, flushed out of the pocket, sets up, fires back across the field. It's complete to his big tight end, Nick Erdman. He's inside the 40 and dropped at the 39, and that'll be another first down.
Zundel with great composure there as Josh Keppel came in and gave a lot of pressure on him right there. He looks, he was forced out to his left. He didn't find anything there, found composure to look back to the right, and then throw a strike through all that. That's a big-time play.
Dorian Davis, the linebacker, brought him down, but not before they pick up 10 yards. That's their third down conversion so far in this drive. It's their 4th, I stand corrected. They continue to move. So does the clock. 4:38 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff again goes to Evans, up the gut, bounces off 1, bounces off 2 as he works his way inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Boy, this is just power football right now by Linn Mar.
And this Bo Evans, he's not a big kid by any means. He's 5'9", 175, but he's Phil Kenny-esque. I mean, he just likes to go in there and just hammer people.
Right now, City High's got to find an answer for him. The interior line. Give credit to Holtkamp, Long, and Sindelar. They are just clearing out alleys. He has some clean holes to hit. 2nd down and 5. Slot and wide receiver to the far side. Strong side to the right. City High shows blitz. Here they come. Handoff goes to Evans up the gut. Spins off 1 man, but can't get out of the grasp of 2 others as he's thrown back to about the 34. We'll see where his forward momentum was spotted. And we've got a player coming up a little gimpy. That's the right guard, Derek Sindelar for the Lions. Hosini was there. Also big number 53, Ryan Duffy. And Duffy will now come out. And they'll say no gain on the play.
So they did blitz the linebacker on the far side that time. Unfortunately, the play went the other way, but a good job there by Keppel, again, staying home and making a nice play for the defense as well.
Another 3rd down, 4 to go to move the change. We'll see if City High can stop them. They're coming on the blitz, and they
just...
Is there a loose ball? No, check it. He just went by him.
Just
My goodness. Who was that? Was that Hosini on the blitz?
Came in, yeah. He just came in straight
just
untouched
ran
there.
right by the ball carrier. I lost sight of him as he blew by him. Just missed him, but he's going to be short as Jeremy Tipton was in motion. Actually got the football, but he only picks up a short one on the play. And here we go again, another 4th down for the Lions. The ball resting at the City High 32, and for the 2nd time this drive, Linn Mar electing to go for it. They need at least 4. Zundel looks like he might be checking off at the line of scrimmage. He's got twins to the near side. 3-step drop. Looks, fires down the near side, has his man, but he broke off his route. Blair Harris looked like he was running a post or a skinny post. Zundel thought he was going on a fly. He lofted the ball up. I tell you what, if Harris doesn't break off that route, that's a touchdown.
I think he breaks the route off because of Phil Kenny. Phil Kenny was going stride for stride with him. He knew he wasn't going to beat him down there. He was hoping he had enough time to break it off where Zundel would see him, but he did not. Credit Phil Kenny there with forcing him to change his direction.
How about Zundel's arm again, though? That was no more than 15 yards off the ground and on a line.
This kid's an athlete.
Tell you what, if Coach Farley is really that interested, Panther fans up in Cedar Falls, you could potentially have a good one coming your way next year. As DP Iman rolling out, hits Dorian Davis in the flat, and Davis drops the ball on 1st and 10.
Well-run play there, just a play action there to Kenny up the middle. Kenny sold that pretty well as he froze that defensive line, giving Iman time to throw the football. Threw it pretty well, but just inadvertently dropped there by Davis.
Little Hawks taking over on their own 32. 2:28 left to go in the first quarter. Ben Evans wide to the near side. Looks like Davis to the slot. We actually have trips to the near side as Iman is out of the shotgun. Fires across the middle. It's complete to Kenny up the 40, the 45. Heads to the far sideline, still on his feet. Across midfield, cuts it back, takes a vicious shot at the 40, but hangs on to the football for a huge gain as the Little Hawks back inside Lion territory. 28 yards on the reception.
Right there is why I think Phil Kenny's one of the better players in the state. He comes out of the backfield, catches the football, breaks 3 arm tackles. You're not going to bring him down on that. And he says, you're not tackling me. I'm going to run you over.
Goodness gracious. It was just a pass out into the flat, and he did the rest. 1st and 10, though, from the Linn Mar 40-yard line. Iman out of the shotgun. Again, twins to the near and the far side. Actually, we've got trips to the far side. Iman looking to pass. It's a shovel pass as they flip it forward to Kenny. Hurdles one man, and he is stuck hard at the 40-yard line. Andy Kemple. Thought we might have called his name a little bit earlier. They've done a good job of keeping him away from the play. But he stepped up all 6'7", 260, and blew him a kiss.
I tell you what, as far as being physical in this defensive line, they are that, but they've also got decent speed to close some gaps there real quick.
No gain, make it 2nd down and 10. We're approaching the minute-and-a-half mark here in the first quarter. Iman surveying the defense, barking out the signals. Again, an empty backfield. Iman with a quick drop, fires across the middle. It's complete. He's got Evans at the 30, the 25, still on his feet, inside the 20, and down to the 17. Check it, it's Matt Maynard, number 88, not 82. Maynard with a big catch and a big conversion there for the Little Hawks.
DP Iman with plenty of time to throw that football. Watching Maynard go down there, did a nice job breaking to the inside. The defensive back couldn't keep up as his back foot slipped away, and that freed him up right there in the middle to make a nice catch and a great throw by DP Iman.
23 yards on the reception, 1st and 10 from the Lions 17. Iman again out of the shotgun, looking left. Somewhat of a late snap as he takes a drop, now getting some pressure. Steps up in the pocket, hurdles one man, can't outrun another as he's double teamed and body slammed to the turf. He took a shot, 84. Zach Pearson led the charge. Also in, a reserve defensive end, Joel Snodgrass, 6'2", 205. You better be tough with a last name like that, right?
Like a boy named Sue.
No gain on the play, make it 2nd down and 10. Well, that had to have been a loss because they're showing the ball at the 23, a loss of 5. 35 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Barring a penalty, this will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Still no score. City High on the move, though. On the play action out of the shotgun, Iman will keep it, heading to the far sideline, trying to get about 5 of that back. Did he get inside the 20? Our angle a little low here from the press box. He might have gotten the 5 back.
Looking at the side judge over here, I think he's down about the 15 there.
Give him a gain of 8, so he got the 5 back plus 3. It'll still bring up 3rd down, and with 3, 2, 1 seconds ticking off the clock, we have played through a very quick first quarter of play. No score between City High and Linn Mar. Both teams' offenses moving. That's probably what's going to happen. Just back up. A new 12 minutes put up on the clock. Both teams switch the ends of the field. Second quarter getting ready to get started. 3rd and 7 for City High from the Lion 15. DP Iman out of the shotgun, fires into the flat, complete to Davis. The 10, the 5, hurdles one man, carries another into the end zone. Touchdown, City High.
I got to give credit on this drive to DP Iman. He showed me a lot of class here on this drive here. Normally he tends to get a little bit of happy feet and wants to run before he throws that football. This drive, he stayed back there. The offensive line gave him plenty of time on all these plays here. He surveyed the field. He starts finding the receivers, and every time when they needed that completion, he threw a nice ball and got it down the field.
I'll give Davis credit, too. Again, he was just hanging out in the flat. They lost track of him, and then he just turned his nose northward, or in this case, southward, and right into the end zone. As Andrew Shutt, he is money. Splits the uprights, and at the 11:52 mark in the second quarter, City High draws first blood. An 8-play drive that started at their own 32, capped off by a 15-yard.
Much more to your advantage.
Matt Greer standing deep. He's the man that's averaging almost 27 yards per reception. standing about his own 5, as Shutt will put a foot into it. Trying to get a number on the second back over there as well. Too dark a font, just cannot tell. This one coming deep and into the end zone. The ball hauled in by Chris Capuzzi, number 23. Or was that Matt Greer, number 22? Boy, that dark orange font. They've got thin numbers on those jerseys. It was Greer.
I mentioned before the game that I really like their jerseys, but the first thing you said is, I'm not going to see these numbers.
Yeah. I had a bad feeling about it. Well, bear with us, though. Between the three of us, somebody will figure it out.
I'm blind as a bat, so don't count on me.
We really weren't. I was saying that only as a courtesy. 1st and 10 from their own 20, trailing 7-0 on a counter play. The handoff goes to the second back. That's Tipton, and he's got some running room out past the 30, the 35, and brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. They brought Jeremy Tipton, the wingback, in motion. The first time they tried to hit him on that, City High blitzed and blew up the play, but this time a nice seal block on the opposite end, and he gets a healthy gain of 17.
You talk about the big playability of this offense, and we just saw it right there. And everybody for the City High defense just went left, and the counter came back the right way. One seal block of the remaining person over here, like you mentioned, that freed up a big chunk of real estate.
I see number 41. It looks like Robbie Lehman into the ball game as an extra defensive end. City High putting a ton of men on the offensive line. The handoff goes to Evans as they blitz, and he finds a big hole on the left side as he works his way out past the 45. Tap dances down close to midfield. He'll be dropped just shy at the 49 for a 12-yard pickup.
Bang, bang, just like that. They're picking up what is it, close to almost 30 yards of offense right there in 2 plays.
And City High wants to try and stop the bleeding as they call a timeout with 11:20 left to go in the first half. Little Hawks with a 7-0 lead.
Well-coached, well-disciplined Linn Mar football team.
And they are out to try and get the equalizer on this drive. It's 7-0 Little Hawks. Lions with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 49. We'll see what City High comes up with. Looks like we've got 6 men on the line of scrimmage. They're pinching up an end and they're blitzing. Hosini coming in as Evans gets the call, busted to the outside, and he lowers the shoulder as he works his way up across Evans. Do we have a late flag being thrown? It looks like some paper wrappers being tossed around in the student section here. He's well inside City High territory, though, as they'll mark him down at the 36-yard line. Another gain of 12 yards.
You've got 5-6 men on the line of scrimmage. Then you blitz another linebacker. The danger there is when he squirts by you is right there. You don't have anybody in that linebacking secondary there to make the play, and he hit the corner and picked up a big play.
You know what, though? They're hitting the B gap rather than the A gap, and they're literally running right by him as they send a man in motion. This ball handed off to the wingback as he works his way out past the 35, the 30, inside it. That's Jake Duggar, the tailback who lines up as a slot man. He gets his first touch of the evening, and he gets a pretty healthy gain.
You know, Duggar did a nice job there just surveying the field as he's going out there to the right side, seeing what's there. Found a little gap there, cutting it back a little bit, and goes up there and picks up another big gain for a first down.
11 yards.
Have they gotten a second down on this drive? It's just all been first down?
I think they've picked up at least 10 every snap of the
first
football.
Down every play.
Wide to the near side, Blair Harris. They've got a slot man to the far side. Zundell will hand off to Evans, trying the right side, probing it, nothing doing. Tap dancing as he's skirting the line of scrimmage and finally dropped for a loss on the play. Josh Keppel, the defensive end, there to lead the charge for the Little Hawks. The first, not just the first play that didn't gain a first down, but also going for a negative result. A loss of 1 makes it 2nd and 11. Let's see if City High's defense has another stopper in it. The ball rests at the 27. Zundell will hand off to the wingback that they put in motion. That looks like Greer, and he is strung out. Nice job of feathering it out. Eric Hoverkamp, the defensive end, stayed home, continued to push him outside. And number 33, Nick Evans, also coming up to help make the tackle and finish him off. No gain on the play. It brings up 3rd and 11.
And that time there was about 4 City High defensive players that just shed their blocks at the line of scrimmage, ran laterally with the ball carrier, making sure he wasn't going to go up. They weren't going to overcommit, and did a nice job containing him back there.
Evans lining up wide, as is tipped in the slot. It's an empty backfield for Linn Mar. Zundel on play action, rolling out, now stepping up, hit as he throws, somehow finds his tight end, Nick Erdman, who was only about 3 yards in front of him. Zundel, give him credit. He saw the pressure bearing down on him, and just as he got rid of the football, got leveled. But that's still going to be, a loss of 1 are we looking at here?
Right.
It was 3rd and 11, right?
It was about 3rd and 13 there.
Okay, I stand corrected.
So
no gain on the play.
But Erdman was a blocker in that play and had no route right there. How did he even turn up and find the football?
I think maybe Zundel was yelling at him.
Could be.
It almost becomes a fire call in that situation, doesn't it?
That's a help.
4th and 14, they will go for it. The ball sitting at the City High 29, a straight drop. Zundel getting pressured, fires across the middle. He's got his man Greer, complete at the 20, lowers the shoulder inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
And it just looks like the linebackers broke away from their pattern coverage when they thought they had the sack there. Zundel took a step away from it, and as soon as they had to go back, Greer already had 2 or 3 steps on him over in the flat. And Zundel, we've seen the composure this kid's got, just finds him in stride. Now, what's he only got? 1 missed pass so far tonight? 1 incompletion?
Looks like it.
1 incompletion.
Yeah.
2 incompletions. Sorry.
They needed
4 out of
14. They got 15, and that's a smart route being run right there by the receiver. Make it 1st and 10 from the City High 15. Evans, the lone back. They'll send Tipton in motion. Evans gets the handoff up the gut, and he meets a stiff wall, keeping those legs pumping, nobody wanting to give, and finally the official's whistle sounds. Ryan Duffy there to clog things up in the middle.
You're inside the 20 now. The alumni yards are over. You're in the red zone now, and the defense for City High now just has to bow their necks here, get a little bit stiff here, and just create a solid wall here. We've
They'll
seen him do
actually
it many
say a
times
loss
in
of
the
1
past.
on that play, Mark.
Holy
2nd
cow.
down and 11 as we're
Good
now
job.
under 8 minutes left to go in the first half. City still nursing a 7-0 lead, but the Lions looking for the equalizer here. On play action, Zundel drops back, looks across the field, fires to the corner of the end zone. It's hauled in. Is it complete? The official in the corner says touchdown. Linn Mar with the 15-yard touchdown. Tight end Nick Erdman just kind of ran a flag pattern. Zundel looked left, held onto the ball, got great protection, and just lofted that one up almost all on a timing pattern. And Erdman was there with the soft hands to haul it in.
And we've talked about Zundel, what composure he has under pressure, but you give him the time like you just gave him right there, and he can just pick you apart. He had all day, was not under any sort of pressure, and just found the tight end running the corner route in the end zone, and 6 points. Ties the ball game up like that.
Extra point is up, and it is good, as it looks like we've got a flag being thrown in the Linn Mar backfield. We'll wait and see what we've got here. Is
Like
the men in
maybe
stripes
running into the kicker.
roughing the kicker a possibility? Yep, roughing the kicker will be the call. Looks like that will be declined, as obviously the kick was good. You would just as soon go ahead and take the tie at the 7:48 mark. Linn Mar with an 11-play drive that started at their own 20-yard line. The first 5 snaps of the ball were all good for first downs. It's capped off by a 16-yard pass. Zundel to the tight end Erdman. Yep,
That's incredible.
just 2 field goals.
Just 2
The
field
rest
goals.
have come after City High touchdowns.
But I tell you what, 29 PATs, my leg would be tired.
Davis and Kenny both standing deep at about really inside their own 5 around the goal line, as they'll await the kickoff coming from Jake Dodd, number 14. We were told that Erdman would handle the long kicking chores, but apparently not the case this evening. Again, Dodd's 6 foot, 160 pounds. High end over end kick. It's somewhat short as Kenny will field at the 12. On the run, out past the 20. Squirts past the 25, across the 30, before he's escorted out of bounds at about the 32.
Quite the interesting kickoff formation there for Linn Mar. They break the huddle and just come all as a dead sprint all at once up to the football as he kicks the football, and nobody knows what lanes they're coming down. As a return person, you just got to find somebody right away and put a helmet on them.
Well, they'll spot the ball at the, looks like the 31, just past the 30, so we'll move it up a half a yard. 1st and 10. Iman out of the shotgun. It's a keeper. Cuts it back against the grain, near side. Dances past one man, out past the 40. Tripped up. Knee will hit at about the 43, but a very nice run by the senior quarterback to pick up a dozen yards on first down.
And that one was a design keeper there for Ryman, and he just ran it right up there. A nice hole created in the center of the field for him, and did a good job getting past the line of scrimmage, seeing what the opening was, and just took it.
Well, they'll mark it at the 42, give him a gain of 12. Quick snap, and the ball batted up on a quick hitter out into the flat. Andy Kemple, all 6'7" of him, got a big paw up there and knocked the ball up. It seemed like it hung there forever, but Linn Mar not able to track it down. Incomplete pass.
And that again was that little timing play that got out there to Dorian Davis, who that time was wide open. And that ball gets to him, and he's got 6 yards before the nearest defender. And with Davis's speed, that could be a big gain for him.
2nd down and 10 from the 42. Again out of the shotgun. Iman eyeing the sideline. Now checking his wristband. Kenny will stay back with him. Davis in motion, far to near side. The play will come to the short side of the field, which is the near side. Iman turns the Jets on the 50, the 40, and drug out of bounds at the 35. A touchdown saving tackle by number 8, Brett Hartle. The strong safety came up in run support, and if he doesn't wrap him up, nobody does.
We talked about that a little bit earlier. You know, Iman proven himself at throwing the football. You're going to have to protect those corners if you're going to take that pass away. Which one do you want to get beat by? And right now, the first drive before this was the pass. Now he's going to beat you with his legs.
22 yards on the pickup. 1st and 10. The ball now at the Lion 36. Out of the shotgun. Delayed handoff on a draw to Kenny, and he is nailed in the backfield. Falling forward for a loss of a couple on the play. Big number 50, Derek Sindelar, met him almost at the time of the handoff.
I think Sindelar just came in there pretty much untouched and just met him right there and smacked him.
Loss of 1. This will be the 6th play of the drive. The official's whistle sounds. Now under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Iman barking out the signals. Linn Mar looking like they're bringing pressure from the outside. They drop back. This will be a keeper as the flag is down on the far sideline. Iman tap dances his way down to the 37 before he's dropped for a short game, but we'll wait and see. Flag was thrown before the snap of the football, almost like we had encroachment. Stephen Grace thinks we might have a legal procedure. That'll be the call against City High.
Yeah, get Stephen one of those striped shirts too. He's good.
Looked like the wide receiver on the far side wasn't quite set when the ball was snapped.
Illegal procedure or motion, and they're going to decline the penalty. They'd rather bring up 3rd down and 11 rather than give him another crack on 2nd down. So the play will stand. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Iman out of the shotgun. Trips to the near side. He takes 2 steps back, looks downfield. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Big number 79.
Right there is one of the big disadvantages.
Craig Jennings.
One of the big disadvantages for DP Iman is he doesn't have great height. And a lot of his balls tonight we've seen, that's the 3rd one tonight that we've seen, has been tipped because DP Iman is 6 foot. But, you know, you've got people in that defensive line that are 6'7", 6'5". They get a big paw up. You got to throw over those linemen, and that's something that he's going to have a hard time doing at 6 foot tall.
Jennings at 6'3" was the benefactor there, as Iman will be forced to punt the football away. Standing out close to midfield. Another coffin corner. This one's a beauty, but it will go into the end zone. So punch, counter punch, just like a couple of prized heavyweights standing in the middle of the ring. Each team has taken their best shot at the other. They each have 1 touchdown to show for it at the 6:22 mark in the first half. Knotted up at 7 apiece. Linn Mar will touch the ball for the 3rd time this half. We'll see if City High's defense has an answer.
And this is every bit the battle we thought it was going to be here. 2 offenses moving the ball quite easily up and down the field, but when they get to the 20s is where things seem to stall for them so far.
1st and 10 from their own 20s. Undell will send Greer in motion. Evans gets the call right side. Nothing in the original hole. Tries to skirt the line and find something else, and not much, if anything. No gain on the play. Josh Keppel, big defensive end there to wrap him up and bring him down.
I think this defensive line has, you know, there's a fine line there, but getting too much pressure. When we over pursue forward, then they beat you that way. They're doing a nice job that play of neutralizing the offensive push, finding the ball carrier, and hitting him right at the line of scrimmage. That's something that they're going to have to continue to do to be successful.
Well, and as we saw earlier tonight, Linn Mar can run in both the A and the B gaps. You've got to be able to play good gap control defense against a squad like this. On 2nd down and 10, the handoff will go to the wingback, and he worked his way out past the 25, the 30, and dropped at the 32-yard line. Bo Evans lined up in a slot. It's almost like he sees the field better and is able to establish a rhythm. Give him about 2 or 3 steps where he can kind of kick it into that mid-gear, and he looks like he's very comfortable lining up to the side as well as behind Blake Zundell.
And he just rides Andy Kempel there, and Kempel just rides his block out to the left and just holds his block for such a long time.
11 yards on the gain, 1st and 10. Under 5.5 left to go in the first half. Evans, nothing doing this time on the right side. Actually, it's Jeremy Tipton, the wingback, who hooked in. I stand corrected as I bought the fake.
Yeah.
I did that last night, too. Give him a gain of 5.
You don't have your football eyes yet. You're not doing as many games.
I tell you what. Now, what I'm doing is giving Bo Evans credit for a tremendous fake.
I tell you what, he did a nice job.
Carried it out. 2nd down. The ball rests at the 36-yard line. They'll send Greer in motion. The handoff will come to Tipton, the near side. Nothing doing inside. He kicks it outside. Hustled out of bounds at the 40. A late. Boy, it could have been a late hit. No flag being thrown as Ryan Alberhaski, the linebacker, only 5'8", 145 pounds, came up, though, and escorted him to the sidelines. And they'll say, they gave him a gain of about 4 on the play.
Alberhaski did a nice job there reading that play and just running laterally with him and met him right there at the corner and just got him up there for a short gain.
3rd down and 2. The ball just across the Linn Mar 40. City High could use a stop here. Twins to the far side. You've got to figure Evans will get the call here. They send Greer in motion. Evans the call off of right tackle. He's got the 1st down, keeping those legs pumping. Out to the 43, 44. Big number 66, Josh Keppel there to help. As is Dorian Davis, number 32. But again, enough to keep the drive going. They'll earn themselves a 6th play. It's 1st down and 10 out at the 43.
You know, Evans, is a 175-pound kid. He makes himself a 200-pound kid just by keeping his legs moving. Those legs just never stop churning. And doesn't matter how big you are, if you keep your legs moving, you just create so much advantage for yourself that way.
Wide to the near side. Looks like Hartle. A slot to the near and the far side, the wingback. They'll send Greer in motion. Handoff, though, goes to Evans. Up the gut. Oh, takes a huge shot.
Dorian Davis.
Dorian Davis came up and introduced himself. Was it Duffy that hit him low? Number 53 stopped his legs, and then Davis, with the big hit, sends him backwards to the turf. A loss of 1 on the play.
And he enjoys that. He loves being sent in there on that blitz, and he made everything of it that way. He just cleaned his clock.
2nd and 11. That is Mississippi Valley Conference football. Greer in motion. He'll get the carry. Heading to the far side. Lowers the shoulder, and not much there. Eric Hovenkamp and Ben Evans, the strong safety. Boy, Hovenkamp, for a defensive end, really showing good lateral movement.
I was thinking how he could get out there. I'm looking at that lineman is chasing him down that way. Great speed, and just had enough to catch up with him right there at the end. A nice job by the defense.
Give him a couple. Make it 3rd down and 8. Ball sits at the Lion 44. You would think a passing down. They haven't done it much, but when they have, they've been effective. Zundell barking out the signals. City High blitzing. Coming from the end, Zundell fires off his back foot deep down the far sideline, but out of bounds onto the track. Off of his back foot, about 30 yards in the air. And he didn't get as much on that as if he was able to set and plant. He has an absolute cannon.
He does have a cannon, but he was pressured that time by Husini coming out of his linebacker position there and chasing him out of there. A nice job. I'm not sure if it was Bo Evans that picked up the block there, but that's the only thing that stopped Husini from sacking Zundell there.
Ryan Bohm and Ben Evans standing deep to take the punt off the foot of Evan Gutierrez. Check it, it's going to be Erdman, number 87. Well, this is really odd then. Something must be wrong with their kicker and punter, because Gutierrez was listed as both. Is this one a high, deep, end-over-end kick? Dangerous catch. Did he lose the football? It looks like it's loose on the turf.
I think it's City High ball.
Whistle sounds, and it looks like they're going to spot it down.
They're going to say his knee was down.
His knee was down. And fortunate for City High.
I like what City High does in their punt return there. They put their 2 back people there, but they spread them out to the wide sides of the field. So if you're going to kick that ball near the sidelines, you better make sure it goes out of bounds. Otherwise, you better kick it to the middle. They're saying, Jason Dumont, you're not kicking the ball out of bounds on us.
I hope you heard him at home because we couldn't over the band there. 1st and 10. City will take it at their own 24. 2:46 left to go in the first half. We're knotted up at 7 apiece. Iman back up underneath center. Looks like he might be checking off here. Handoff will go to Kenny. Left side finds a hole. The 35 out past the 40. No, check it. Just shy of the 40. Tell you what, quick hitter. Spurt run. Picks up 12 yards, and that will move the chains and give City High a little bit of breathing room.
Give credit there again to Alex Berg and Ryan Duffy there for just creating that big hole.
City High working quickly with that no huddle. Kenny gets the call again left side. He's got some running room. The 40, the 45, out past midfield and dropped at about the 47.
I tell you what, that's just challenge football because you're running right over Andy Kemple right there, and he's your D1 prospect being recruited by everybody but Oklahoma, it sounds like, and they're just challenging him, say, come get us.
14 on the play. They'll spot it at the 49. 2:26 left to go in the first half. City High looking to at least get in field goal range. Iman. The handoff. Oh, my goodness. What a shot. I believe it was Kenny that took it. We could hear the thud all the way up here as he's thrown flat on his back. Was that Kemple?
Kemple
66, Justin Beal, 6'3", 230 pounds, and a junior. Not listed as a starter. My guess is he's lobbying for starting time with a shot like that.
It warrants starting time, a shot like that.
Could hear the pads thud all the way up here on 2nd down and 12. Kenny takes the pitch near side. They feather him out, and nothing doing as he's dropped back at the 45, maybe the 46. It'll be a loss of 2, possibly 3. For a second, I thought he was about to square and throw, but he decided to tuck it away and run. And City High moving the wrong way.
And I got to stand corrected. I thought Kemple was on the right side of those running plays, and he was not. But they're flip-flopping Kemple now. Now he goes to the right side. That time before in this last play, he was on the left side.
Yeah, it makes it tough to avoid him. 3rd and 15 out of the shotgun. Iman fires. It is complete. Run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Brent Jen hauls it in, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Boy, he needed to get to the 40. He got to about the 39. Give him 16. He knew, well, now they're going to call for a measurement.
Yeah.
They are.
Nope.
Or are they not here? Now, the man in the white cap.
Thought they were moving the chains, and then they stopped.
I did too at first, but now he's raised his arms over his head. I think they may be calling for the chain gang here. Of course, Jen says, hey, what are you talking about? I got it.
There's no question in my mind. I made it.
They will call for the chain gang. This will be close. Now, if you're City and you're short, you have a decision to make.
You know, you send your message just like what Linn Mar did. I think you go for it.
I think he's got it. He does. Right in front of us here, first down.
The only bad thing I see with this measurement right there is it takes you out of your rhythm. You're moving the ball right there. You got a good play. You're pumped up. You're psyched up a little bit. And now you got to stop and wait for the officials to come out and do their thing.
Nice job of route running by Brent Jen. 1:09 left to go in the first half. They still need about 15 yards to really comfortably get in Andrew Schutt's field goal range. Out of the shotgun, Iman with all kinds of time, fires across the middle, complete to Kenny. The 25, fumbles the football, it's on the ground. Who's got it? A sea of bodies. It looks like City High may have gotten on it first. Linn Mar thinks they've got it. City High thinks they've got it. Linn Mar has it. Who comes up on the bottom of the pile? Number 53. Logan Zingle, the middle linebacker. Negates a great reception by Phil Kenny.
And a great drive that was in progress there. Moving the ball very well. That big 3rd down completion. You got the first down, then another great pass completion there, and just gets snake bit with a turnover.
First turnover of the ball game for either team. The Lions take over 1st and 10 from their own 24 with exactly a minute left to go in the first half. Zundel on play action, misdirection, the counter will go to Tipton, trying to turn the corner on the far side. The 30, the 35, the 40, run out of bounds at about the 43. So not only does he pick up a huge gain, but the clock will also stop And now all of a sudden you've got to wonder if Linn Mar might think about taking a shot or two at the end zone.
Well, 49.5 seconds to go. You've got that big play capability. Zundel, you know, can throw the ball the distance you need him to throw it. I tell you what, that tipped and it was a foot race to that corner, and he beat the defensive lineman to that right corner. And then he got his shoulders square, and he picked up the big yardage after that.
19 on the play. Makes it 1st down and 10 with under 50 seconds left to go in the first half. City High 7, Linn Mar 7. Lions with the ball, though, and driving. The visitors 3-2 entering tonight's ball game. City High 4-1. The winner positions themselves as the front runner for the Mississippi Division and most likely the championship in their half of the conference.
Linn Mar still with all 3 timeouts left.
Hartle wide to the near side, Twins to the far side. They'll send a man in motion. Handoff. Nope, play action. Zundel fires downfield. The ball is tipped away at the last second. They had Blair Harris open running a post, and Alex Smith was beaten originally, but made a great job of recovering, getting back, and getting a hand up to knock it away.
What a great job by Zundel to carry out that fake. Everybody's looking at the line for the football, but he's just running out there on a little rollout. He sets his feet, throws the ball.
You know, the scary part was, Mark, I didn't buy it at first, but he literally was so nonchalant as if the play was over with for him. I think everybody in a City High D, at least on the D-line, thought the exact same thing.
And the football in those black pants. That's a big advantage right there, too.
Make it 2nd down and 10. Zundel will send a man in motion near the far side. The handoff up the gut. Now kicking it out near the near side. Evans out past the 45, across midfield, inside the 45. Check it, it's number 32, Jack Duggar, the tailback. Man, I just absolutely hate the font on these jerseys. 13 yards. Thinking City High, thinking things are a blur as well. They're not sure who's running by them, but they continue to pick up multiple yards at a crack. Another 1st down with 34 ticks left on the clock. 1st and 10 from the City High 44, and the Little Hawks will burn their final time out of the first half. We'll take a 30-second break. Back at Bates Field on the east side of Iowa City. City High 7, visiting Linn Mar 7. 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Lions with the ball and on the move. 1st and 10 from the Little Hawk 44. Zundel directing traffic. They pitch it to Evans on a sweep to the far side. The 45, the 40, and a tough jersey tackle as his body slammed to the ground.
Dorian Davis, I believe.
Dorian Davis, and it looked like Ian Shutt there to help him out as well. Well, we are seeing some hitting, and still not after he picks up a pretty healthy gain all the way down to, it looks like, the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8.
I mean, it just looked like we were watching a 2-man sprint there. It's Dorian Davis and that running back just making a beeline right to that corner and see who got there first. They got there at the same time, and Davis just had enough to reach out that arm and bring him down with an arm tackle.
And now we've got an official's whistle and a timeout on the field. Do we have an equipment problem maybe with one of the players? Well, now the umpire just moved the football up about a half a yard. You notice that?
Yeah.
He picked the ball up and just moved it about a half a yard to almost a full yard forward.
And you stop the clock to Linn Mar's advantage.
2nd and now less than 3. You call it about 2 from the 37 as Zundel takes a straight drop, fires out in the flat, off the turf, or is it? Did it bounce or not?
Nope.
Tipped in there, and they're going to say it's incomplete. The side judge put his arms out flat.
Wow, I thought he picked that one up right off the shoe
I wasn't
tops.
sure. It was very close, but they're going to say incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And really the first somewhat shaky ball we've seen from Zundel tonight.
Right. I say if he throws that one up around the numbers, you know, that could be another big 1st down for him.
Again, his wingback was open. They're not doing anything fancy. 3rd down and 3. They'll send Tipton in motion. Loose ball, a collision in the backfield. It's on the table. We'll see who's got it. Bodies unpiling. City High seems to think they've got it, but
no signal yet.
No signal yet by either official that was on top of it. Timeout being called by Linn Mar. My guess is they maintain possession. We would have seen something showing City High football. So we'll step out for another 30 seconds. Back right after this on AM 800 KXIC. Just going 80s retro with our bumper music tonight. 4th down, and we'll call it about a long 3, really more like 4. The ball sits at the City High 38. Linn Mar needs at least 3.5 to 4 to keep the drive alive. Zundel on play action, rolling out far side. Stops, throws off his back foot, fires behind his intended receiver, who was wide open at about the 20-yard line. Trying to get a number on him. Was that Greer? Was that Evans coming out of the backfield? It looks like number 22,
yep.
Matt Greer. He was there, and Zundel just missed him.
And that's rare. That's back-to-back miscues there by Zundel, which I didn't think we'd see. But that one, he had the receiver there. We've seen him throw on the run before, but just clearly missed him.
So City High will take over with just over 11 seconds left to go in the first half.
Take a shot.
Ball sits at their own 38, and with Iman coming up underneath center, my guess is we'll see him take a knee.
They're going to. I'm a Riverboat gambler. Take a shot.
Iman directing traffic here. But he'll step back, take a knee, no flags. That will be the end of the first half.
That's the right call, I know. But
well, I tell you what, both clubs have come out and shown something on each end of the line of scrimmage. And as we expected, a very tight game at Bates Field. At City High. I've even been to Regina, being on this field last week and seeing the defensive signals set in. Extremely complex. I mean, we are talking small college level here. And I remember seeing Coach Sabers actually sending in a mix of signals. And when you've got like a second indicator, you know, the players, the defensive
offense, there's more on the defense.
Yep. Fire, I believe, is what one of their primary defenses is, because I remember Fire coming nonstop. I won't tell you what the signal was, but I was watching Coach, and Coach Sabers, he's never even looking at the players. You know, he's looking down, break. Andrew Shutt will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Kicking from right to left on your radio dial. Standing deep. Looks like we've got Greer and Blair Harris, number 1. Shutt with a very high but somewhat short kick. Harris will come up and field it at the 10. Heads to the far side, trying to get behind the wall. The 15, the 20, out past it. Oh, my. I don't know who he ran into, but he stopped dead in his tracks and is thrown back. Is that Messiah Tutson, who is also the homecoming king? He's
fired
a little
up.
Jacked up. He's ready to prove a little something here in the second half.
Yeah, the king comes out with a big hit, with a king-sized hit.
Well, after about a 14-yard return, looks like they'll spot it at the 24-yard line. That is where they'll take it, they being the Linn Mar Lions, 1st and 10 to begin the third quarter. Tied up at 7 apiece. Little bit of a breeze, but not much of one here this evening. I believe they are heading into it. Zundel with the strong side to the right, barking out the signals, will send a man in motion. The handoff goes to Evans, left side, not much if anything, as he is nailed immediately by nose guard Ryan Duffy and sent to the turf.
Uncharacteristically quiet tonight is Nico Batimbe. You know, normally we see him in on a lot of plays, and I think Linn Mar did their scouting report real well, and they found a way to neutralize him, but I think hopefully they're going to make some adjustments here, and Nico will find his footwork and get in on those plays here.
No gain on the play, makes it 2nd and 10. Again, up out of the same formation with a strong side to the right. Zundel will hand off to the wingback. Squeaking through, it looks like Greer out past the 30, the 35. Boy, he's just carrying a pile with him as he's dropped at the 37. Boy, Matt Greer, not the tallest in stature, 5'11", a $170, but he ran like a power back there.
But I tell you what flexibility this kid has. He ran off there to the right side, came off the corner there, and just cut himself back there without even slowing down. What great athletic ability there. And then, like you said, just carry tacklers with him.
1st and 10, give him a gain of 12 out to the 36. Harris wide to the near side. City High potentially showing blitz on another counter. The handoff will go to the second back. That is Jeremy Tipton, the winger. And he falls forward, out for a gain of about 3 yards. They'll mark him just shy of the 40.
Nice job by the left side of that defensive line to stay home there, not get sucked in on that play, stay home and give him a short gain there.
Hartle wide to the far side. Zundel will bring him up. The ball spotted in the middle of the field, the strong side to the right. They'll send Tipton in motion on another counter. Greer gets the call. Hit as he originally gets past the line of scrimmage, about 2 yards. Dorian Davis, the linebacker, there to lay the wood to him. Boy, it looked like that play was going to go for a lot more, but Davis closed the gap very quickly. Make it a long 3, maybe a short 4 as they'll mark down 3rd down, and they'll say 3 yards.
We talk about the motion on the defense, the motion in this Linn Mar offense, and the counter plays here. You got people running X's, you got people going in opposite directions in motion. It's a short handoff. You got to find out where this ball is.
It's a wing variation, but it's a little unorthodox. 3rd and 3. Handoff, Evans straight up the gut. They give it to the workhorse, and he looks like he's going to be shy of the 1st down marker by about a good yard, maybe 2.
And that time they just try and go straight ahead power football, and City High up to the task.
And you mentioned Nico Botembe. He's the last man up on the bottom of that pile.
That's good to see.
Hit him low, wrapped him up. It will be 4th, and they'll call it a long 1. And I can't believe Linn Mar is thinking about going for it here with the ball on their own 45.
They've only been stopped once on 4th down.
This is a gutsy call. Well, now we're going to see the punting unit come on. Boy, they thought about it and thought about it long. Nick Erdman and company, though, will get set to punt it away.
Got to look at your play clock here. They've taken up a long time.
Very long time. They're still not any hurry, as standing deep, Ben Evans all the way back to his 25. Erdman with a long count. They do get the snap off in time. Coming hard after him, just missing the block, as Evans is back and hauls it in. He's at the 25, the 30. Skips past one man. He's got some room. The 40, the 45, still on his feet, tripped up as he crosses midfield and falls down at the 45-yard line. We've got a flag back around midfield.
Nick Evans just came free there for the Little Hawks there and almost had the block there.
Very close. A 35-yard return. We'll wait and see, though. That doesn't look good. They're talking to the Linn Mar captains, and it looks like this one will probably be a holding or an illegal block.
And City High is going to have good field position to start their first drive.
Holding will be the call. Negates well, not completely negates, but certainly takes a big chunk out of a nice 35-yard return by Ben Evans. Still good position, though, as Mark Stern mentions. 1st and 10. The Little Hawks will take it on their own 39.
It'd be nicer to have it over there at the 49 of Linn Mar, but
maybe opens your playbook up a little bit, but still.
Do you come out throwing the ball? You were effective with that in the first half. Do you come out throwing this football here?
We'll wait and see. Air Sabres might be kept on the back burner for right now. We'll see. 1st and 10. Hyman will line up under center. Kenny gets the call. Right side, stutter steps, finds another hole. Out past the 45. Out past midfield. Does he lose the football? It's on the table, and Linn Mar's got it.
Wow.
Second fumble of the evening for the City High tailback after a big gain of about 12 yards.
And that was just
City High turns it over.
That was just power football, just straight ahead by Kinney. He stutter step, gave his blockers a chance to open up a hole. That's what he did. He went forward there, but Linn Mar just coming in and scraping at that football and scraping at it and got it to come out and snake bit again and get a turnover this time, gives the ball back to Linn Mar.
1st and 10, they'll take it at their own 47. Linn Mar with a golden opportunity here. They get the ball right back. Tipped in motion. We've got whistles before the snap of the football. Oh, Zundel with a show of emotion there as he spikes the football into the turf. They had play action on, and I'm not so sure they weren't looking for the home run ball there, Mark.
He was coming out, sprinting out to his right side there, and usually when you're doing a little sprint draw like that, you're looking to go down the field, and we know he's got the arm, and now that he's got the wind behind him, why not take your shot?
No penalties in the first half. That is the first of the evening for Linn Mar. A false start. They'll back it up 5. Make it 1st and 15. The ball sits at the 43.
You talked about halftime, the team that makes the fewest mistakes.
1st and 10. Make it 1st and 15, rather. Zundel sends Tipton in motion on play action. He drops back, fires across the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Jack Duggar. The tailback had found a seam. He was actually in front of the linebackers there. And Zundel, he was obviously the hot man in the hot receiver in the route, but I'm not sure if maybe Davis got a hand up and obscured his view just enough. He Didn't look like he really had a good gauge on it. It hit him right in the shoulder pads and bounced off of him.
And the way it bounced off there, I wonder if he threw it too hard for him to catch, but it didn't look like it was overly hard there.
It didn't either. Just kind of an odd play. Brings up second down. Zundel will have the tight end to the right side. There's the counter. They run the reverse. Greer around the near side. The 45 out to midfield. He takes a shot. Eric Hovenkamp wrapped him up down low. Dorian Davis finished him up high.
And wow, what about
Gives him a gain of 7. That picks up about half of what they need, 3rd and 8.
What a team player Zundel is. Who leads the way in the blocking there? It's one Zundel. He had a kick-out block here on the right side to have the running back cut underneath there.
So Bob Reed and company opening up the playbook a little bit more here in the second half.
Big 3rd down here for City High.
This will be the 4th play of the drive, 3rd and 8 from midfield. Ball sits on the near hash. Strong side to the right. Zundel will send a man in motion. It's a quarterback keeper. He turns upfield up the far sideline off the left tackle, works his way out close to the 45, but he'll be well shy of the first down. But they've only punted once so far this evening. Looks like this will be twice.
Interesting play call there with the big play capability that this Linn Mar offense has. We haven't seen that play all night, but that's interesting that they're going to pull it out at this time of the ball game.
Erdman will step back.
First time we've seen him punt. Or did he punt the last time?
He punted the last time.
Okay, but he didn't punt the first half.
At his 40. Standing deep. Looks like Bohm as it's a fake. They've got it to Greer, trying to turn the corner near side the 40, the 35, the 30. He's got the first down, wrestled down, but not before he's inside the 25 at the 22-yard line. The fake was on. Greer picks up a huge gain. 23 yards, and the Lions, with some trickery, move the chains and are now knocking on the door.
I tell you what, you got to give credit there to Coach Bob Reed there. You know, that's a pretty gutsy play call midfield there, 4th down to get that, and you've got a decent ways to go, but Erdman did a nice job selling that fake like he had to jump and the ball was going over the top of his head. Nice job by the up back to get it, and big first down for them.
Strong side to the left now. Ball sits on the near hash. They'll send Tipton in motion near to far side. Evans gets the call left side. Inside. No, it's a play action. Fires down the middle. He's got Harris in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Zundel faked out everybody there. Everybody, myself, yourself, we're watching the running back go right into the middle of that line. We're trying to find him come out of there. Then all of a sudden we see the ball in the air. Super job carrying out that fake by Zundel. Nice job of his composure, finding the receiver in the corner of the end zone. Gives Linn Mar the lead.
Well, he is the real deal.
Big time.
22-yard touchdown completion to Blair Harris. He was the only man in the progression. Ran a post as Gutierrez puts the extra point on the board, and for the first time this evening, Linn Mar with the lead, 14-7 at the 6:40 mark here in the 3rd quarter. We'll step out for 60 seconds. Back with more.
Give it to Davis if you can.
Kinney on to Davis. Yeah, that's twisting the knife.
But see, now they don't come in that sprint formation like they did last time.
Ouch. Putting a foot into it, a high, short kick. Fielded by Phil Kenny at the 10-yard line. The 20 tries to cut it to the outside, still on his feet. 25-30, has some room. 35 and out to the 36-yard line. He's running with a purpose as he hops right back up and is talking now with a couple of Lions. Big number 76, Grant Smith, 6'1", 180 pounds, having a word with Phil Kenny. Kenny has a fire lit underneath him right now. You know he wants to make amends for a couple of fumbles. He gets a 28-yard kickoff return there. City High trailing 14-7 with excellent field position to start their second drive of the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Iman out of the shotgun. He'll keep it. Heading to the far sideline. The 35-40 has some room. Upended with a great open tackle by number 6, Andrew Reck, the cornerback. Give him a gain of about 7 on the play, though. A healthy gain brings up 2nd down and short.
Simply a designed run there for Iman, just a foot race to the corner right there, and that's been effective for both teams in this game.
2nd and 3, ball out at the 44-yard line. Iman checking to the sidelines, signals the play. Wide to the near side. Ben Evans. They'll send Davis in motion to the far side. Quick roll out. It's a screen back, complete to Bohm, and he's hit in the backfield. One man there to blow it up, and it was Andrew Reck for the second play in a row, making a great open field tackle for no gain. It was there, Mark. It was Reck or nothing for Linn Mar.
And Ryan Duffy, the guard, stayed back there and threw a nice block to get him out there in the open, but that shoestring tackle saved what would have been a big play for City High. Nice job there by D.P. Iman. Sells the fake going one way with a run, just stops on a dime, turns and throws the other way.
Roughing the passer penalty.
Wow.
Didn't catch it, just saw the official point the other way, so a huge penalty. That's just the second of the ball game for Linn Mar, but this one a big one as it will move it across midfield all the way down to the 41. I didn't see who hit him late.
No.
Matter of fact, I didn't see anybody around him when he let the football go.
Yeah, looked like he was running that sprint out like the play just before, and then he stopped and threw it back, so may have confused one of the defenders there.
First and 10 from the 41. Kenny gets the call left side. He's into the secondary. Inside the 35. Scampers his way down to the 32.
Think Phil Kenny's got something to prove right now?
Yep.
I mean, you've mentioned that fire. That's definitely what it is. He's hitting that hole very, very quickly with a big head of steam.
Gain of 9 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 1. Hyman slowly brings him up to the line of scrimmage again as he checks toward the sideline, getting the play. Barks out the signals. He's got a slot and a wide to the far side. Out of the eye. Kenny gets the call left side. Ooh, hits the turf hard. But it looks like his forward momentum will be enough to move the chains. Not much there as they were trying to run off the hip, I believe, of Dan Holtkamp.
Now you bring up a 3rd and short. And you got.
Wow, he didn't get it.
No.
Yeah, he only needed about 1. This will be 3rd and less than a yard. City High trying to answer after a touchdown by Linn Mar on their last drive. Out of the eye again. Handoff goes to the up back Davis. He's got that and plenty more. Inside the 30 down to about the 27.
Nice job there to play calling there. They looked and saw that there was nobody covered in the center. They had a hole up the middle, and they just rode it right up the middle with Dorian Davis. He just pounded it straight ahead and picked up 5.
Drive continues for City High at the 4.5-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. They trail it 14-7. Bohm lining up wide. Nope, now in the slot to the far side. Brent Jen wide to the near side, along with the slot man. As this one up the gut again, continuing to grind inside the 25, inside the 20. Pistons firing. City High continues to work hard, and their workhorse again, dotting the I in the backfield, Phil Kenny. 7 on the play.
And again, City High just content to run away from Andy Kemple there. Kemple got to get a little frustrated here. He's not getting a chance to touch a ball carrier.
Alex Smith is the slot. Wide to the near side is Jen. Handoff goes to Kenny off of right guard and tackle. Works his way down close to the 15. He'll be just shy of it. Gang tackling now picking up. Big number 77.
Kemple.
Andy Keppel there to make the stop, or at least the original hit. Short 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 2. You got to figure 4-down territory here if you're City.
Well, you're in Schutt's range here, possibly. You're looking at, what, 47 yards maybe here, but you're against the wind.
I was going to say a little long as we got an official timeout on the field. Not sure what we've got going on.
Measurement here.
Hope they're going to measure. Chain gang just now coming from the sideline.
Actually, we'd be looking about a 34-yarder. They're at
Might
17,
be
right?
Moot point as it's very close. My goodness.
Barely.
Barely. We're talking about a link in the chain. It's all that separates City High from a fresh set of downs.
Now, if they come out defensively and leave that center uncovered, you just take a sneak and just bull forward behind
You
the big
can
center.
sneak. Davis bulled his way forward for about 4. The power back got his first carry about 2 snaps ago. You got to figure you got at least 2 shots at it if you decide to. 3rd and 1 out of the eye. Ball sits at the 17.
Yep.
Iman just falls forward. Nice job. Comes right off the hip of Josh Keppel and right in between him and left guard Ryan Duffy. And he picks up a couple. The chains move, and the drive stays alive. This broadcast brought to you in part by Heartland Medical Supply. They have all your medical supply needs. Give them a call, 341-8588.
City
First
taking
and 10.
a long time to get this play going here.
Yep. Ball rests at the Linn Mar 14. City High trying to get the equalizer. They trail 14-7. 2:57 left to go in the third quarter. Handoff left side, and who got it there? Looks like Davis, the up back. Working his way, keeping those legs pumping. He's inside the 15. Disappears inside a sea of black and orange. We'll see what kind of spot he gets.
Right now, City High just content to play some smash mouth football and just challenging you one-on-one and see who's better at the line of scrimmage right now.
They're going to spot this, what, about the 11-yard line, it looks like. Gain of about 3. Second down and 7. Iman with twins to the far side. Handoff goes to Kenny, left side. Hits a wall, spins out of a tackle. Works his way inside the 10, down to the 7.
I tell you, if there's anybody that wants to get it, nobody right here, right now wants to be in the end zone more than Phil Kenny does. He wants to atone for that last fumble and get this team right back even with Linn Mar.
Under 2 minutes now left to go in the third. City High knocking on the door. Third down and 3 from about the 8-yard line. They can pick up the first down without getting a touchdown. Kenny, the lone back. Iman will come out of the shotgun. It's a design draw. He'll work it to the right side. Comes off a Kenny block, heading toward the pylon. Touchdown, City High.
Well-run play right there. Just designed for DP Iman to sprint out to the right side. And the key block right there, as you mentioned, Brent, was Phil Kenny. And that shows a great deal of unselfishness on Kenny's part there, who was the workhorse bringing the ball down here this whole drive, was gracious enough to get out there, made a great block to free DP Iman to get to the corner and a chance to tie up this ball game.
Andrew Schutt on to attempt the extra point to make it a 14-14 deadlock. Your holder will be backup quarterback Keaton Jones. The City have everybody they need on the field. They're missing some personnel. Heading on late, a dead sprint. Kyle Sanders, big number 64. They get him ready. The snap a little high. Jones gets it down, and Schutt sends this one deep into the Iowa City evening. Give Keaton Jones credit, though. That was a high snap. He brought it down. It looked like above his face mask, and in a split second, that ball was down with laces out.
And that takes a great deal of composure to do, to get that football, and you know you've got a timing set with your kicker to get that ball down there. Beautiful job.
14-14.
Their second one went 241.
Just north of the Ridge Mall. 63 degrees, 6 minutes away from 10 o'clock. You're listening to AM 800 KXIC Iowa City. A couple of score updates for you. These are finals. Regina 34, Buffalo nothing, and West Liberty defeats the Lions of Muscatine by a score of 28-0. Now back to the game.
A minute 37 left to go in this one. We are tied up at 14-14. Linn Mar at Iowa City. Schutt teeing it up at the 40-yard line, kicking from right to left on your radio dial. Greer, and I believe it's Harris, or is it Evans, back to receive. Greer, not sure. Evans comes up.
Down.
Is his knee down? His knee is down. He slid, or is it not? Now the side judge looked like he was about to down it, Mark, and then he stopped mid-signal as he works it up the field. That was a very close call.
Wow, but none of the officials even came close to coming and calling this thing down.
Nope.
The
side judge on the near side looked like he was about to, and then he stopped.
Boy, from our vantage point here, granted we're a little bit more farther away, but it looked like his knee was down, and he just slid there to catch that ball.
Well, he slides forward to the 21-yard line.
Wow.
That's where the Lions will take it with a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Zundel will hand off. It's a reverse. The ball fumbled in the backfield. Greer falls on it inside the 15 down to the 14. That'll be a loss of about 6. They tried to run the reverse again, but just didn't get the timing on the handoff.
Break there for Linn Mar. That could have been disastrous, especially inside your 20-yard line like that. But sort of a late whistle there as the ball carrier recovered his own fumble, but he was down on the ground, and the official didn't blow the whistle for a good 2 seconds afterwards.
Tipton tried to get it into the breadbasket of Greer. Greer just never got a handle on it. Second down and 16. Ball rests on the near hash mark. They'll send Tipton in motion. On play action, rolling out far side. Zundel has all day to throw. He'll tuck it away and run out of bounds on the far sideline. Looked like a design run as Ian Shutt stayed home, kept the gain to a minimum.
Zundel never brought the ball up to look like he was going to throw that ball downfield, and I think that kept the line where they were, and the receivers, good job by the defensive back staying on by the receivers there, because if they come up there, you know Zundel has that presence of mind. He's going to zip that ball downfield.
He's got a good looking stride in the open field too, though, doesn't he?
He doesn't look very fast, but he was still covering quite a bit of ground being 6'4".
Give him a gain of 5. It's 3rd down and 9. Ball sits on their own 22. You'd think of passing down. Harris wide to the near side. They've got a slot. Twins, no, check that, a single receiver to the far side as the strong side's to the left. Zundel, 3-step drop, fires out in the flat. The ball partially deflected. Greer's got it. The 20, the 25, the 30. Oh, it takes a huge shot down the City High sideline. Hops back up and appears to be okay. Looks like Davis was the one to lower the shoulder on him.
Dorian Davis brought the wood big time right there. He just slipped by Ryan Alberhaskey. Alberhaskey's coming up to get him right there on the corner and just got by him by a half a step. But right behind him there's Dorian Davis to deliver a big-time hit.
You know what that half a step got him, though, with the 2 extra yards he needed. 11 on the completion. It is a first down. Ball sits at the 34. Zundel with a long count. Handoff will go to Greer, sweeping around left side. 35-40 into the secondary, 45, and spun down as he crosses midfield.
It's just that speed of Linn Mar is just that much quicker than City High right now, and they're just beating him to the corners. And you see back-to-back first downs there, big play after big play.
You know, Mark, you touched on it in the pregame, too. You don't really have any one Lion with what you'd call flashy numbers, but they're all bunched up. They all have healthy numbers, and what we're seeing right now, City High simply cannot key on any one guy.
No, not at all.
1st and 10 from midfield. 22 seconds left to go in the 3rd. Hand off to Greer, trying to sweep it around the near side. Lowers the shoulder. Inside the 45, down to the 42. Davis is there, as was Brent Jen to bring him down. And that will be close. We'll see what kind of spot he gets here. Nope, not quite that close. He'll be shy of the first down by about 3 yards, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. Boy, both clubs just coming out and socking each other right in the mouth. We have played through 3 full quarters. Nothing has been... Also, there's a really good 8-man matchup on the west side of the state between Adair Casey and some regional alphabet soup.
Liddell Sitton or something like that.
GRSPCLU,
Yeah.
MLRT. Thanks, Don.
Oh, I tell you what, if we could just clone John Nost, we would have our in-studio producer set for every broadcast, wouldn't we? He's doing a great job back there. Greer gets the call on 2nd down and 2. Phil Kenny wraps him up. Nice job to stay home, keep him to a gain of 1. We are just underway in the 4th quarter, just the 2nd snap of the football, knotted up at 14 apiece. Linn Mar looking at 3rd and 1 from the City High 41. Evans gets the call. He's inside the 40 off of left tackle, thrown back, but not before he gains a couple extra than he needs. A gain of about 3 on the play, but it moves the chains, and the Lions with a fresh set of downs.
And guess who they're running behind right there? Big number 77, Andy Keppel there.
Yep.
And he just got in the hole that they needed to get that first down.
1st and 10, the ball rests at the Little Hawk 37. A very evenly matched ball game tonight. We'll wait and see who's got the last score left in them.
This game could go on forever.
Ball sits on the near hash. Looks like Blundell may be checking off here as City High showing blitz. They hand off, they fake the reverse. Tipton reverses his field, but he's going nowhere. Caught in the backfield by Nico Batembe. Looks like Keppel also there to help wrap him up. Boy, that was a chess match just in one snap of the football, Mark. A loss of 2 on the play.
Dorian
Both teams
Davis.
showing different looks and then coming out and giving a second.
Dorian Davis comes out on the blitz on the one side. They come back with the reverse the other direction. But Tim Bay just gets loose of his man there. He's lucky to wrap him up there. I mean, everybody's going every different direction.
2nd and 12. Evans, the lone back in the backfield. They'll send Tipton in motion. We've got whistles, and I think we may have illegal motion.
Yep. False start.
On that previous play there, guys, it looked like they were actually going to run that double reverse, and Tipton actually pulled it back, as I believe it was both Tim Bay or Davis, one of the City High defenders actually there, and it could have been a disaster there for Linn Mar.
Back them up 5. False start will be the call against the Lions. 2nd down and 17. Boy, they were penalty free in the first half, Mark, and now they're starting.
Just 3.
You don't want to say sloppy, but
You
kind of
wonder if they're
uncharacteristic.
getting a little tired. You know, this has been a wearing ball game, physically and mentally.
2nd and 17. Ball backed up to the 43. Zundell with a strong side to the right. The handoff will go to Evans to the left. He's inside the 40, the 35, the 30. Reverses it to the far field. He's got one man to beat. He gets past Kenny. It's a foot race to the end zone. Kenny dives and saves the touchdown down the far sideline.
Incredible hole there on the left side for him to get through, and just great vision to see that field and know that he's got to cut back the other direction and the speed to do it. And that's the key difference right there. He got the speed to get to the sideline, and Kenny just gave his all-out effort and saved a touchdown right there.
He gets inside the 10, down to about the 8. 35 yards on the carry. 1st and goal, they'll mark it officially at the 7. Strong side to the left. Zundell will hand off. Evans gets the call that direction. Hit once. How in the world did he pop through that? A huge scrum of defenders. He disappeared and then all of a sudden popped back out in the end zone.
I had him down for maybe a gain of 1 there, but where he just popped through there, I don't know. Give that
I
kid
lost
credit.
sight of him.
You know, I did too. I thought he was down there in that mass of humanity right there. But then again, you keep your legs moving, keep him churning, good things going to happen. And he squirts free to the end zone.
Lost him in the scrum. I thought, as Mark said, maybe a gain of a couple. Instead, he goes 7 into the house. As Gutierrez's extra point is good. And Linn Mar has answered with a touchdown of their own. Each of the last 3 offensive series have led to 6 and then a 7th point. We'll see if City High's got another one in them. 9.
Absolute nails.
We knew the offense was good.
Here's the sprint. Nope.
The defense has been even better. We'll see if City High can't change it. Kenny and Davis standing back at about their own 5. Dodds will put a foot into it, kicking from right to left. Takes a long run on the ball. Onside kick. It's up. Who's got it? There's a scrum for the ball. It looks like City High may have it. Up at about midfield. And let's see who comes out of the bottom of that pile. 37, Justin Kleingartner. With a big, big play. Linn Mar looking to get the ball and possibly put the nail in the coffin. Kleingartner stayed home and gobbled the ball up.
Tell you what, Reed's not afraid to take a few chances over there as a coach, is he? Now you're giving the ball to a very good City High offense at the midfield stripe.
Ball sits at their own 49. Iman marking out the signals. He's got Jen wide to the near side. The pitch will go to Kenny. Running behind, Dorian Davis gets a huge block. The 45, the 40, the 35, and dropped at the 30-yard line. Davis laid the wood. Was it the cornerback? I believe it was Rack. And we could hear the thud all the way up here in the booth.
It created a wreck right there in the sidelines. And I tell you what.
Oh, man.
It doesn't matter what Dorian Davis is doing there on the football field. If he's carrying, if he's playing linebacker, what he's doing, he just wants to hit somebody. Holy buckets.
The welcome wagon committee is out here in City High. Dorian Davis handing out a few gift baskets as Kenny gets the call off the left side. Works his way down to the 25, a gain of 6 as we approach the 9-minute mark in the ball game.
City High not hanging their heads, being down by 7. They say, whatever you can do, we can do better. And they're coming back with a punch of their own.
You know what? That was the type of play that can energize a ball club.
It energized me. I don't know about you, but I'm juiced right now.
My goodness. Kenny looks pretty amped standing back there right now. He can't stand still. 2nd down and 6. Play action. Iman dropping back, going deep to the
Receiver
corner.
open.
He's got Jen off his fingertips in the end zone. He was wide open. They bid on the play action. The corner was way up. The safety hadn't rotated over yet, and the pass was just a little long.
What a well-run play there. Carried out very well. The play action done well. Iman sat back there. Jen, great route. Got 3 steps behind his defender there and just overthrown by a half a foot. Oh, man.
I believe that's the first time that they've actually thrown the ball out of that I set. They've just been running the ISO left, ISO right. I was waiting for Iman to hang on to that and step back and throw the ball.
Boy, they came close.
Wow.
3rd down and 6 after going for the home run ball and coming up just a little short. Or in this case, a little long. Quick flare to Davis. We've got flags flying at the line of scrimmage as Kemple, all 6'7" of him, gets up and knocks the football down, but we'll wait and see what the call is. Somebody move a little early.
Yeah, it's in the defensive backfield, though, if you look at it.
Oh, illegal procedure or a false start, I guess, what would be the call against City. And here's the question.
Do you decline it and go to
It's
4th
dead ball.
down?
And force them. Well, that's true.
It's a dead ball foul.
Yep. They're going to go ahead and march it off.
So almost a break there for City, because that pass
They'll
was
get 3rd down
incomplete.
over. All right, instead of 3rd and 6, they'll make it 3rd and 11. The ball back out to the 31-yard line. They've got to get to about the 22 to move the chains.
Takes a little bit of wind out of your sails there. You got to get yourself regrouped now.
Yep. 8:43 left to go in the ball game. 21-14 again. Linn Mar with the lead. City High with the ball.
Taking a while to get the play in.
They're waiting to set the clock. Right
Yeah.
now the clock shows 84.3 seconds left. So
And now they move it over one. It was actually 8:43 instead of 80. 84 and 3/10 seconds would be how many minutes?
124.
There you go.
He's not the best stat man in the game for nothing.
Open book quiz. 3rd down out of the shotgun. Iman, all kinds of time, fires across the middle. Great catch by Kitty at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Check it, it's Ben Evans. 82, not 22. Ben Evans at 6 foot, leapt up about 2 feet in the air, made a tremendous fingertip catch, and then went the distance into the house.
Whatever you can do, we can do better. And that's a nice throw by DP Iman there, as there was a defender underneath there, and he had to throw it over that defender. A great job by Ben Evans using his athletic ability to bring that ball down, and once he did, there was nobody between him and the pay dirt.
31 yards on the completion. Shots extra point is up. It is good, and we are deadlocked back at 21 all. 8.5 left to go in the ball game. We'll step out for 30 seconds. You're listening to Mississippi Valley Conference football play, or a significant moment in the ball game. We talked about it entering the second half as to what would spell the difference between a win or a loss. Not to say that it's going to be a difference maker to this point, but the failed onside kick attempt by Linn Mar, giving City High the ball at midfield, they've just cashed in on it. 21-21. Shut kicking from left to right. Puts a foot into it. It's a low squibber. It will bounce. Takes a high hop. Now dies at about the 10. We've got Greer up the far sideline. Squirts through a hole. 20, 25, out past the 30. Probably down him at about the 31, maybe the 32. We'll see. Nope, they'll spot it right at the 30-yard line.
I like that kick there. I like making the ball hit the ground, make it bounce. You know, the oblong ball, hard turf. You know, it's going to take some crazy bounces. Unfortunately, it didn't go too crazy that way, and they got a decent return out of it, but I like the idea of kicking the ball that way.
8:23. There's still plenty of time left in this ball game. Blake Zundell and the Linn Mar Lions will come up to the line of scrimmage. 2 back. Now check it. He's got 2 backs behind him, as it will be Evans. Hit in the backfield. Nico Batembe right there to blow him a kiss. Almost a step after he got the ball. And Evans will be thrown for a loss of about a yard.
I should say he's been quiet more often, because ever since I said that, he's just been playing a whale of a second half, and he has just blown up a couple plays here.
Well, this is a City High team that looks like they've got an extra spring in their step. Make it a loss of 2. They'll back it up to the 28. 2nd and 12. Tipton The wing back to the near side. They've got a slot to the far sideline as well as a receiver. Hand off. This one will come to Greer. Almost hitting the backfield. Being feathered out. Turns the corner. 30, 35. Another vicious shot as he works his way out past the 35 to the 36. Sean Hassini lowers the shoulder. Greer hops up. Kempel's there to pat him on the back saying thanks for taking one for the team.
Wow. You know, this time of the game, usually your kids are a little bit tired, but you're not seeing any evidence of this right now. As
they're running on adrenaline right now.
These kids are having fun, too. Don't kid yourselves. These kids are having fun.
8 yards on the gain. 3rd down and 4. City trying to force a punt. Zundel will send Greer in motion. On play action, dropping back, all kinds of time. He'll tuck it away and run. The 40, pulled down from behind, the ball's loose. It's on the 4, and it looks like City High has it. They do. Nico Batembe.
They're still wrestling for it.
Ryan Alberhaski there, was he the one that forced it, or did he fall on it? Alberhaski fell on it, but Batembe reached up, grabbed him almost by the collar and bent Zundel back at the waist. It was a real awkward way to hit the turf, and I think as he came down, the ball just bounced off of his hip. And City High picking up on Linn Mar's first turnover of the ball game. Excellent field position at the Lion 43.
Team that makes the fewest mistakes.
Out of the shotgun. Design draw. Iman at the 40. Out to the 35. We've got a flag in the City High backfield, and we will have a legal motion. Just don't quite have the timing of that play down.
You just get the adrenaline going there. You know, you just come off a big play, you get the fumble there, you're all excited and things like that, and you just can't wait to go out there, hit that next person, and you just get going a little ahead of yourself.
What a ball game. Just a tremendous effort. And let's give credit where credit's due on both sides of the field tonight.
You know, got to give credit to the coaching staffs of both sides. They have these teams prepared. They know what each other's going to do and what they're capable of doing. You mentioned a chess match, and that's exactly what this is. It's a hard-hitting chess match.
1st down and 15 as the penalty backs the Little Hawks up to the 47-yard line of Linn Mar. And Iman will come up underneath center, a very tight backfield. Handoff goes to Kenny, right side, has a little bit of a hole. Squirts his way through inside the 45, down to the 43. Maybe the 42. 4.5 to 5 yards.
What a great tandem back there with Kenny and Dorian Davis. That time, Dorian Davis just led through the hole to block for him. We saw Kenny previously go out to the corner, make blocks for Davis to get around to the edge. You know, these two just work with each other so very, very well.
Give him a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. And check that. Make it 2nd down and 9 because of the penalty. We wish we could erase it. Out of the shotgun, quarterback draw. Iman takes off, 40, 35, 30, into the secondary. Takes a vicious shot by Greer as he's dropped at the 25. Did he lose the football? He did, and the Lions have it.
And I'm looking as Iman's running up there, and he runs pretty much straight up and down. And doing that, he leaves his body exposed to take a shot, and he took a big shot there.
Chris Capasi threw a forearm and dislodged the ball from DP Iman. And City High gives it right back.
I tell you what, you know, fumbling the ball in that play, he got hit hard. There's no question about it.
Oh, man. 6:05 left to go in the ball game. Linn Mar takes over on their own 25. Both clubs turning it over on successive possessions. Handoff on the counter. Oh, but Batembe just levels Tipton in the backfield. Tipton thinks he grabbed his face mask. He just blew his man up. Dan Holtkamp, the left guard, almost made contact with the ball runner before Batembe did. He just blew him off the line of scrimmage.
He's having a whale of a second half here. You know, the energy level is more now than I think it was in the first quarter. It has just increased as this game's going on.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13, back at the 23. They're coming with 2 tights here, it looks like. Up strong side to the left. Zundell, play action, dropping back, has some time, sprints out, near side. Still can't find anybody, throws off his back foot. Erdman, his tight end, comes back to make the catch just inside the first marker. That'll be a very short gain on the play, maybe about 4. We'll bring up third down. We'll call it about 8 or 9.
Tell you, Zundell again with that great presence as Ian Shutt came in bearing down on him, and he knew he was going to get hit, but just looked across the field and found his tight end there. This kid is big time.
Eric Hovenkamp kept him in the pocket. He wanted to tuck it away and run. The big defensive end stayed home and forced him back in. The short gain makes it third, and we'll call it a long 7. Ball sits at the 28. Zundell with a long count. 3-step drop, has time, fires to the far sideline. It looks like it short hops the receiver. It does. He was going for Blair Harris, who had enough for the first down. And again, somewhat uncommon, but Zundell, without any pressure, just
short hop
makes a bad throw.
Now here's something big here. City High is going to get the football back here with a little less than 4.5 minutes to go. And as our great stat man Stephen Grace told us, their longest drive of the evening was about 5 minutes. And so if they can put something together, chew up some clock here and get the ball in the end zone, huge advantage.
Ball short hops the punter, but Erdman able to get it away. It's a low liner. It will take a bounce and picked up on the near side by Alex Smith. Out past the 45 and out across midfield at the 48 for Linn Mar. It took a sideways bounce. Smith elected to go ahead and pick it up since he was on the outside. Most of the gunners had gotten by him, and he makes a short gain out of it.
Yeah, a little risky picking that ball up there, but it turned out to be okay.
What else could we see tonight?
We haven't seen a safety yet, but I don't think that's going to be a factor.
We could see a field goal that could maybe make the difference here in about 4 minutes and 21 seconds. That's how much time is left on the clock. 1st and 10 from the Lion 48. Iman out of the shotgun. It's a keeper, near side, inside the 45, stays on his feet. Whistle sounds. His forward momentum should be stopped at about the 44. A pickup of 4.
City High is only about 30 yards away from field goal range for Andrew Shutt. That puts him down to 20 to make it a 37-yard field goal. He can make that.
Looking for the flags here, seeing if indeed what kind of wind we've got.
Not
and
much.
They're pretty limp.
Not
much, if anything.
Little breeze in the direction for City High.
2nd down and 8. Iman under center. Another tight backfield. Kenny gets the call right side, hit once, keeps those legs pumping as he picks up a short 2. And now City High will be looking at 3rd and long, and they've got a decision to make.
With the clock running and going down there, do you make this 2-down territory? That's a big decision they have to look at. It's a big gamble if you do.
You know, you're on your home field.
It's homecoming.
You've come back, and if you pin them deep, you've got to think at the very least you can hold them. If not, have one more shot at the ball yourself. We'll see. It might be a moot point. They could pick up the first down here. 3rd and 6 out of the shotgun. Iman with time. He steps up. He'll take off. The 40. Scoots off one man. Scoots off a second. Inside the 35. Dropped at the 34. A pickup of 9, and it moves the chains.
Tell you what, you think DP Iman's got some guts after the shot he took in the last series and fumbled the football, and nothing there. He did a nice job checking for receivers, nothing open. Then turned down and run the football and runs it up the middle of the field, too.
Mark, right now we're just seeing athletes making plays.
Making very good plays, great plays, in fact.
1st and 10 from the Linn Mar 34.
You don't see anybody sucking wind out here. Nobody's gasping for
No.
air. You know, it's a beautiful night. It's 62 degrees out here. This is enjoyable.
Couldn't be scripted much better. 1st and 10 from the 34 out of the shotgun. Iman on a quarterback draw, steps up, and nothing doing. He'll be tossed for a short loss. Andy Kemple. Haven't called his name as much as I thought we might tonight, but he seems to be there every time Linn Mar needs a big play.
And the clock continues to run. Neither team looking, they both have a full complement of timeouts, and neither one is calling a timeout yet.
Approaching the 2-minute mark. 2nd and 12. Iman again out of the shotgun. Wides and a slot to both the near and far side. The screen is on. They've got the jailbreak. It's complete. Evans at the 30, the 25. He's off to the races down the far sideline. 10, 5, pay dirt, Little Hawks.
That is my favorite play. We saw it last night. We see it again here tonight. A beautiful job of execution there by the City High offensive line. They hold their blocks for 1001, 1002. Let them go. The lineman for Linn Mar didn't realize that they're rushing right into a trap. Had a wide open receiver there in Ben Evans. Nobody there to catch him. Big score there, giving him on top inside 2 minutes to play. Wow.
This to make it a 7-point lead. Keaton's Jones hold is down. Schutt's extra point attempt is up. It's through. 28-21 with 1:50 left to go in regulation. City High jumps back on top. We'll step out for 30 seconds. Back with the finish for Linn Mar. Schutt ready to put a foot into it. Looks like Evans deep with him. This one's a high, very short kick. A fair catch will be called for by an up back. Number 21, Seth Vogel.
Wow, interesting call there that he calls fair catch. That was high and short, and I'm looking down as he calls fair catch. There's nobody within 10 yards ahead of him there. He has a chance to advance the ball, and the clock's going to stop from the change of possession anyway.
Linn Mar takes it, 1st and 10 from their own 15. DP Iman to Ben Evans twice in the second half. One good for 31, the second good for 36. The second being the most important as it's put City High up 28-21 with a $1:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Zundel barking out the signals, takes a straight drop. Botembe on him. Does he lose the football or was his arm coming forward? They'll say incomplete pass. My goodness, with a 2 to 3 step drop in your Zundel, I couldn't believe he hung onto the ball that long.
He held on. Well, coming from the backside was Botembe. He didn't see him coming from the backside, and I think that's a good call. His arm was in motion there. Huge defensive play there by City High.
2nd down and 10. The clock does stop with the incomplete pass.
That's the bad thing about it. This clock stops.
Harris wide to the far side, Hartle to the near side. They've got a pair of slots to the near side as well. Evans in the backfield. Zundel will take a deep drop, flushed out of the pocket, near side, fires to Tipton down the near sideline, keeping in bounds as he works his way out to the 30. The clock will stop temporarily for the movement of the chains. 1st down after a gain of 14.
Mental error there by Tipton. He was out of bounds there. You know, he had the 1st down. He probably didn't know he had the 1st down, but he should keep that presence of mind there to step out of bounds and stop the clock.
Now Linn Mar will go without a huddle. Clock restarts, 1:27. Ball sits at the 29. Zundel with a deep drop, looking downfield, fires out into the flat, throws a touch pass. Is it caught? It's dropped off the fingertips. It looks like of Matt Greer. Check it. It was Tipton, number 42, the wingback.
I think a little difference here for City High is the previous drives they were having a 5-man defensive front, and now they're back down to a 4-man defensive front, bring another person back there in coverage against the pass.
2nd and 10. 1:18 showing on the clock. Harris wide to the near side. Hartle to the far side. They'll send Tipton in motion on play action. Zundel rolling out to the far side, getting chased, fires across the middle. Complete. His receiver takes a shot. No, he drops the football. Phil Kenny came up and absolutely leveled. Was it Greer? Jack Duggar, number 32, the tailback. He had it, and then Kenny dislodged him from the football. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
And that's all Kenny right there, causing that not to be a complete pass. You know, you're giving Zundel there quite a bit of time, and he threw the ball there right on the money, but a good job by Kenny to make sure that it wasn't complete.
Ryan Bohm checking in defensively for City High. Trips to the far side, actually twins with a slot. They'll pitch it to Evans. He'll turn the corner, the 30, the 35, the 40, out of bounds, and he's got the 1st down.
Wow.
What a gutsy call.
Well, there's confidence in your running game right there. When you've got 3rd and 10, and what it's been all night is just a foot race to that far corner, and that's what they did again. They've been winning that foot race to the far corner. They won it this time, and once he gets his shoulders square, he's going to pick up a chunk of change, and he did.
He picked up 12. He moves the chains, but the clock continues to run. 1st and 10 from the 41, 1:03 left to go in the ball game. Zundel with a straight drop, flushed out near side, looking downfield, fires across the middle to Harris. It's picked off. It is intercepted. Kenny literally flipped it to Alberhaski, who's still on his feet up the far side, across midfield and out of bounds at the 45. Kenny got his hands on it along with Harris, stripped him of it, it popped up, and Alberhaski was Johnny on the spot.
That was just great teamwork there between Kenny and Alberhaski there. Great presence of mind for Kenny to try and just break that thing up. Fortunate that Alberhaski is there, but a big cause of that play right there is Botembe causing pressure there on Zundel and forced him to maybe get rid of that ball a little sooner than he wanted to. Huge play there, and now they can just run the clock out with 48.7 seconds.
Don't forget, though, that Linn Mar still has all 3 timeouts, so they need to at least pick up. Well, it's going to be a tough call. We'll wait and see. If you're Iowa City High, you literally have to run your offense here. Otherwise, you do run the risk of just giving it right back. Interesting. We wondered why Linn Mar wasn't burning any of their timeouts. They managed to get out of bounds on a couple of plays. So they still do have a full complement left. 1st and 10 from the 46. Handoff will go to Kenny. Left side, out inside the 45, down to the 40. Good job of staying in bounds, and he is really hanging on to that football.
I'm not sure.
And Linn Mar hasn't burned a timeout.
No, why aren't they?
I can't believe it.
I thought it was.
They haven't called one. They still show 3 timeouts on the field, or at least on the scoreboard for Linn Mar, and they are not using them. Oh my goodness.
Now they do.
Well, the clock continues to run.
I thought they just blew it dead.
That was blowing the play clock live.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe they're not using it. It would have been 2nd down and 5. City High really doesn't have to run another play here, do they?
There's nobody moving in the sidelines over there. They're just all standing there.
Bob Reed having a conversation with the side judge. The clock is going to run out. Now a flag as City High will be called for delay of game.
Wow, I don't get that.
I don't either.
Unless he's doing it in protest of something the officials have done, I don't understand.
I don't get it. They still show 3 up on the scoreboard. Coached a very odd set of circumstances here in the final minute. As Iman takes a knee, the final 2 seconds tick off the clock, and City High wins by a final of 28-21.
Wow. Did you see Coach Reed as he walked off the time or out of that timeout was waving his arms to the official like incomplete pass, and he was maybe that was a signal to the official that he wanted that call. I don't know. What a ball game.
What a ball game.
Outstanding.
Tremendous.